We'll get... Yeah, give me a minute.
Aw. Miss you too, buddy.
All right, here we go. We're about to start it.
Okay.
Welcome to the CFG GameCast, episode number 77, a weekly podcast created by gamers and streamers alike to discuss the latest gaming topics from the previous week. We stream a new episode on Saturdays and release it on podcast services like Apple, Google Podcasts, Stitcher Radio, and a whole lot more. So show us some love. Give us a follow, a like, a comment, what have you on any podcast service, or go to our main website, confreaksandgeeks.com, to not miss an episode. I am Mr. CFG Games himself, Davis Green, and with me today are my two awesome co-hosts. I got Lex in the second seat. How are you doing, my cyborg?
I'm doing good. I liked having like weekends off because weekends I have off. Obviously Saturday we do podcasts and stuff, but having full weekends off, I caught up on a lot of cleaning. I was very quick to take my Christmas decorations down, which never happened. Usually like February hits and it's like, it's Valentine's Day. Why is your tree still up? So, that was great. I put all of that away, and except my outdoor decorations, those need to go down tomorrow. But yeah, it was just really nice to just kind of relax and not have to feel pressured that I had something coming up or whatever that I forgot about on the weekend.
Right.
Got to play a bunch of new games, beat Sister Location. We beat Help Wanted, I believe. I'm gonna have to go back and see if there's any secrets that we missed. Just been playing a bunch of I've really delved hard into the horror genre for streaming. But I love it and it's fun. And I think tonight we're gonna play zombies like right after stream.
Zombies.
I
Wow.
know. I gotta start the pizza dough, play zombies, then make pizza and maybe come back. I don't know. We'll see. But
Man.
yeah, it was a good holiday season, man. How that's it.
That's awesome.
Oh, the kitten's huge now and she's loud. Sorry. Y'all will hear her very much unless she is finally conked out. Because obviously Opie looks dead in the background. She's not, I promise.
Oh, she's just lurking in the background, just waiting to pounce out, knowing her. I see you like randomly was going back to Five Nights at Freddy like occasionally too. I'm like, man, are you getting the feels back for Five Nights? What's going on?
Well, Help Wanted, so you have like an Ultra, which is like the colorful version, but Help Wanted is basically, they've made an amusement park for people who liked the Five Nights at Freddy's franchise, essentially. And so you are a guest at this amusement park because they want to rebrand and fix their name, and the horrible accidents were really just rumors. And so you go through Five Nights at Freddy's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Plus you have like fixing the animatronics and all this other stuff. But while you're doing that, you're collecting coins and tapes. And then there's like an extra hard mode, which is what like the colorful disco version is. And so Help Wanted is basically you're a guest going through what it would be like to play Five Nights at Freddy's 1 through whatever, if that makes sense. So yes, I was playing Five Nights at Freddy's 1, 2, 3, and 4, but it was all in one into Help Wanted, and we got VR, and I think I'm gonna go back and play in the Oculus.
Jeez, I forgot you had an Oculus. Can you play?
We
an
just
Oculus?
got it.
Yeah.
Adam hasn't let me play with it yet.
Well, I thought you got sick on because I remember a long time ago you were playing like Beat Sabers, and that was a trek for you. Yeah, I mean, like I can only imagine like something like that would be crazy. I bought
Dramamine. He got motion sickness, so he's taking a break. But if I play it like a couple days in a row in like 30-minute intervals just to get used to it, I should be okay. But I did buy Dramamine just in case.
Okay,
but yeah, I'm excited.
Please stream that when you do, because I would love to see that.
Oh, I will.
Then I'll tell Dust.
Everyone will see me standing up.
Yeah. Then I'll tell Dust message Dust in the background. I was like, hey Dust, just like touch her real randomly to see what she's gonna do. Freak out.
I will need a babysitter for the first couple of times because I do have a tendency to bolt.
Yeah,
Out of just Yeah, like I'm either like the punch something and like my fist will make contact, so then I'll go to bolt, which happened in Paranormal Activity when I played that,
Mm.
and I ran into a wall a few times. Hard, like I put a hole through my buddy's wall.
Oh my God.
So,
Jesus. Yeah.
that was live on Twitch. I don't know where that footage is, but
Oh,
my
it's
hand went into a trash can. I was looking for stuff, had no idea my hand was in a trash can. Yeah.
You need to not play, dude. That just on those situations.
As well. We need to get the BTS as well.
Oh my God, Jesus.
Can you change the animal cam to behind the scenes? Absolutely.
That is ridiculous. But
Yeah.
anyways,
But it was fun. I had a blast. I
Yeah.
like doing interactive stuff, so I'm excited.
we'll just see her just randomly like inside a trash can next time. She's just like upside down. It's like,
I don't
oh
have
no.
one in here.
Then she'd be on like a little text bubbles, like it feels so real or something, you know? Oh my God. All right. And we got the 5-star general of the itty bitty Smithy. I got Smithy on the third seat. What is going, my dude?
It has been good. It was nice. Again, it was a fantastic break. I did a little bit of streaming towards like mid, but we didn't do much. We did a cyber Christmas with the family and stuff like that. I just enjoyed each other's company. It was nice to not have to work for New Year's, so I got to relax, and we played games, did a fire pit and stuff, and then I beat Watchdog Legions, or at least the main storyline for that. So I felt good about at least getting through a game. I went back and picked back Spider-Man, and I started the Halo series last night. So I need to dial the difficulty down though, because I am getting worked. Apparently
Getting
it is
worked.
not recommended for solo play, and I did not realize that. It is ridiculous. So, but I'm enjoying it. You know what I mean? Because Destiny is one of my favorite series. So it makes sense. You know, that's a derivative of the Halo series. I feel like so.
Do you know what's funny?
Here's a good story, and it should be dope. Yes.
You know, I find very funny that it took you like 2 months to beat like Watchdog Legions, but have you beaten Metal Gear Solid yet?
I haven't gone back to it yet, dude.
Oh, come
I haven't
on.
gone back to it yet, dude. I'm not even gonna lie. I don't know. There's been no desire to go back. I really haven't played my PlayStation 5 much at all, to be honest. Like, since picking it back up, like I've been playing. I was playing Watchdog Legions on Amazon Luna, so I played majority of the game.
Wait, you got Luna
on my TV?
Oh, that's right. You have access to Luna.
Dude,
That's
and I
right.
had a controller and stuff. Yeah.
How you liking it?
It's been a legit experience. Yeah, no, it's solid.
So
It's solid. Like, there's some bumps sometimes, but like it's a legit. Like, it's pretty legit.
how are you liking? But like compared to Stadia, dude, like I mean, like what makes Luna different to Stadia? That's the big
What's
thing.
Luna?
Because it taps into my number one. Luna has games, and then it also is partnered up with Ubisoft. Like my Ubisoft account, which is my Division 2, you know what I mean? Everything on there automatically, those saves go over to Luna. So you know
so you don't have to do anything.
Again, you don't. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
It all connects into Luna then. So it's like using your own library. You don't have to go and buy games and stuff like that. So I think it's a legit option for people. I think it's a cheap option. But there's, you know what I mean? Amazon Fire TVs are everywhere, and Fire Sticks and stuff like that. So it makes sense. I think it's good. I think it's solid. I think.
So is Luna a separate app? Is Luna a separate app on your TV?
Yeah, it's a separate app. The other thing too is for like Apple devices, you can do it because it's AWS and not through the Apple Store. You can use your browser to do Amazon Luna on like my iPad. I played it on my iPad and stuff like that.
Could you play?
Fantastic.
Could you port games? Then could you port games like that you already own into Luna, or do you have to go through Luna? Like Luna's interface to do it. Like, let's say you had Cyberpunk on PC.
So the important part about that and them is moving forward. What other people they basically bring in or work out deals with, and then expand their library.
Okay.
Right now, it is, and that's one of the downfalls, that it's not that expansive. But having Ubisoft definitely helps. But like their own Amazon library is, you've got like Control and there's some other like solid games on there, but they definitely will need to look to expand it. But in the meantime, I feel like it's a pretty solid platform for cloud gaming and people with like Fire TVs or people that any device really you can use it with, and
That's
you
cool.
have like like Prime and whatnot.
What's up,
I
Lex?
had a question. What the heck is Luna?
Cloud, it's Amazon's cloud gaming.
But I
Yeah.
thought that they already had like the Chrome. No, that's
No,
Google.
that's Google.
Oh,
Yeah.
Amazon came
What's-
out with their own thing.
and what does it come with? Just like a little doohickey and then a controller?
Well, you don't
No?
have to have the
Doesn't come with
controller.
anything.
Yeah, you can.
Oh,
Yeah, you can plug it. Like it works on all
it's
controllers
like a
already,
plug and
right?
play.
I can like Bluetooth in with my PS4 controller
Yeah.
or my PS5 controller, but I wanted a true experience of it.
So you
I
got
a
went
controller.
purchase- and the controller is solid too.
Is it better
Oh.
than
It
the?
is solid.
Is it better than the Chrome? Is it better than the Google Chrome? The Google's controller? Because Google's controller is pretty good.
I
It's
didn't
just
never get
the service is
Google's.
terrible.
I
Really?
didn't get it.
Google
yeah,
gave
I
me a
didn't get it. I
free
couldn't do
one.
it.
Google gave me a
Hmm.
free
Give me
one just
anything.
recently. Oh, that's terrible. No, I mean like the
Yeah.
promo and stuff. God, anyway, it was garbage. Well, that's cool, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
Interesting.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. You just seem like you have a fun time, and you're definitely an advocate for Luna. So let's go with that.
For sure. Yep.
Give me a minute.
Yeah,
I
what's
think
going
I think I'm freezing.
Oh no! But what's happening in your end of the world, sir?
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I have been like, man, I've been busy. I have been like, you know, it's not even a secret. I am a busy dude. I am always busy. But like, I mean, I just
For real.
finished. Yeah, I just finished my coverage for CES this year. CES was online this year, and been
Yeah.
So I've been talking to a lot of folks and stuff, and then folks are actually, well, you know, I guess into an advantage, they're sending us, you know, samples of what they were talking about. So I'll be getting
Mhm.
some
nice.
I'm gonna be getting some like computer cases and some stuff here soon. So definitely might start doing some videos of you know, of close-ups and things like that. But yeah, I was really but it was good. It was definitely a good break. I thought I was going to be playing some more of my backlog catalog, but I was not able to. The only game that I did play that I actually did start playing was Control, and I've been loving that game. That game is trippy as hell, dude. It's such a great game, but like, man, but it can be too much for me.
What game?
Control.
It's
Yeah.
on my list for sure. That's in Luna. I'm gonna play it on Luna.
Hmm.
You know what's
exclusively.
Do you know what's funny? You should stream it because it's freaking hilarious. Because I don't know what it is, but you know, like how you know, it's funny when you hear like when about like, you know, black folks be like saying, it's like when they see danger, they're like, oh hell no, I'm not gonna go in there. That's exactly what Control is. Because like randomly, like you're in a regular room. Then all of a sudden you open a door and then you see a shot. It's like red and black, and then you hear this ambient noise, and then you hear this blah, and I'm like, I'm not going in there. Like, how am I gonna go in there? Like, this, my natural,
Yes, you are.
my natural instincts are saying, screw this, I'm out. I don't need to be there. I don't need to be a freaking director for this building. So no, I'm out. So I'm just a wuss when it came to this thing. So I've been going all over the place. Like, so I'm trying my best to get around this area so I'm like exploring in all different spots. But the game is so fun though. It is so fun. I love it. I don't know if it's on sale still, but it was only $20 for the complete edition on Steam.
Isn't that where the girl has powers and stuff too?
Yeah. The girl has
Oh,
powers.
JTZ was playing that.
Yeah, this was
Yep.
This game is great though. Yeah, I've been loving this game.
Is
though.
it scary?
Yeah, it is. It is scary because it's like,
Well,
it's
your
just,
version of scary and my version of scary are a little different.
that's very true, but it's very suspenseful. You know, let's say
Okay.
this. let's say it's incredibly suspenseful, because what makes it suspenseful is the massive amounts of ambient noise that's going on while you're doing things. So you're hearing rattling, you're hearing these people talking in the walls and all these different things that are happening while you're walking and stuff. And then you
It's
also
not scary.
but at the same time, then you hear this low bass like buzzing sounds and stuff. It's just I'm saying that's what, the way it sets you in the mood in the world in that game is very well done. Is what I'm saying. And like I still haven't even beaten it yet. I've been putting it I've been streaming it, but like I've been kind of on a random like stream schedule. So but no, I'm definitely gonna finish playing this game though. This game was really good. So yeah. So that's basically what I was doing. Doing most of when I'm not when I wasn't working. So that was pretty cool. But anyways, let's get down to it. I know everyone doesn't want to hear me crying crying like a wimp about Control. So let's go to the normal rigmarole like we normally do. So each of us picks a news topic of discussion within video games from the previous week. The topic would or could be about a specific game or something that happened in the gaming industry itself. We don't want to talk about it amongst ourselves. We want you, the listeners on now YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch, to be a part of the conversation. So if you're something that you're wanting to chime in about, by all means, we are always open for a discussion. So definitely put it inside the chat, and we will be more than happy to discuss it with you. So let's get down to it. Lex, you started off for the new year. What are you bringing to the table?
It's me first. Wow. Well, obviously, you know, during our break, a lot of people are playing Cyberpunk. It was released on December 10th, and a ton of people were playing it. I want to say a few days before. Then December 10th, there was the huge update, and it went live for everybody. Well, we've run into a few problems. If you are a PC master race like myself, you may not have had problems with Cyberpunk, but if you were playing it on PlayStation, you kind of got screwed there. The co-founder has apologized. It was a glorious YouTube apology, like many YouTube apologies are. The co-founder, Marcin, I'm gonna butcher his last name. Yep, never mind. Marcin. There you go. Yeah, him. He apologized for the state of Cyberpunk 2077 on console. In a video today, alongside a vague roadmap for updating the game throughout 2021, he stated the console version of Cyberpunk did not meet the quality standard we wanted it to meet. I and the entire leadership team are deeply sorry for this, and this video is me publicly owning up to that. Please do not fault any of our team for what has happened. So obviously, you know, with the console, it wasn't working versus, you know, on all of the PC, there were glitches here and there, like peens just popping out of pants for no reason.
Wait, what?
Which was a whole thing. Oh yeah, it was hysterical. Peens. If you were a male character, your PP would just pop out of your pants for no reason. You know,
that was a glitch.
That is a bonus feature.
I think so.
That was that was the DLC reservation feature that you got when you when you reserved at GameStop.
As a female, I actually liked those dick pics per se.
Oh,
but you know, there were some like funny glitches here and there, but nothing that made the game unplayable. Again, I have not been able to play it yet. Dust is kind of going through it for me to see how bad the seizures possibly could potentially be for me. But here is the kicker. And I believe it was December 25th is when this article came out from The Verge, but December 24th, investors sue CD Projekt, who were the ones that created Cyberpunk, over bungled Cyberpunk 2077 launch. In the lawsuit, it states that they were misled as far as what the game would be, the performance ahead of its release. causing a significant stock price drop and losses. CD Projekt allegedly failed to convey that the game was virtually unplayable, quote unquote, for PlayStation 5. The lawsuit states and instead marketed it as a success with a few issues that would go unnoticed by players. Yeah, that's not true.
All right.
The plaintiff, Andrew Tompe, is looking to include other other investors who invested into Cyberpunk 2077 into the suit to turn it into a class action. CD Projekt said in a court filing that it would vigorously defend itself against the investors' claims. Since the game's launch earlier this month, it's been plagued with bugs, prompting retailers and console makers to offer full refunds. Now, those refunds were mostly, if I'm not mistaken, just from Sony as far as like the PlayStation 5 was concerned. But I don't recall, unless people were being big babies, PC didn't really have an issue with that because they were running fine on PC. So that's kind of a quick overload of the lowdown. They're being sued. Sony pulled it from its store completely, offered refunds, which Sony never does that. And they came out with a YouTube apology. How do you boys feel about that?
Well, I mean, there's so much to kind of dissect with what's going on when it comes to what Cyberpunk has become. I guess the biggest issue is that essentially Cyberpunk knew what they were doing, and what sucks is that what's funny is that we were praising them not that long ago about how they were being so transparent. But when they were doing these things, when it came to when you got the review, like for instance, reviewers got a chance to play the game, but they were told not to use the initial video from their reviews. They had to use the PC B-roll that was given to CD Projekt Red directly, and we never got a chance to see the previous generation systems, how all this works. They knew exactly what was going on through all of this. So I mean, I don't think that they were wanting to be that. I mean, to think that they were trying to be super deceptive, but they were being deceptive one way or the other. So I mean, CD Projekt Red is going to be playing the defense on this, and I still have my faith in what they're going to do because the game works. The game is this is what's going to be different about what they did to what Bethesda, or even better, Anthem did. Because Anthem wasn't. The game is a good game. It's a fun game to play when it works. And when you have the sets on it on PC, so we know that there's a game there to be saved. But the mishaps that they had with PlayStation is going to be waiting to see where we're going to go with, and as well as how long it's going to take them to fix all of this is going to be also another thing. So it's a very unfortunate misstep. This is probably the biggest misstep this company has ever done. For the most part, but I think they're going to shape it up in a good, optimistic way. What about you, Smithy?
Yeah, I mean, you're right. And this is, I still feel like that was as far as with that they should have just come out with it or said something and not let it get to this point where people are having to take these actions and whatnot, because you can't release something that. I mean, for PS4, I've seen videos and stuff like that, and it's absolutely terrible. So Sony to come out, I think that's a strong statement as well. Them coming out and being like, look, we're going to issue refunds. This is not a playable game. This does not meet our standards, and we're no longer going to sell it on the store until they can get it to a place that is legit. So again, you had these weird moments where, again, we're going from one generation to the next. So you saw some people end up delaying what they planned on doing, which is, again, smart. I thought that this game would end up getting delayed to this year. I was kind of surprised, after that, 3 weeks beforehand when they delayed it, I was like, oh, there's no way it's coming out this year. So, again, I think that's, somebody made a poor decision there. but I still feel that they can turn it around, and I believe they will. We'll see what they do in the future, and how it kind of plays out and lays out from here. But I think they see the mistakes, and they'll try to move forward in a positive light. So we'll see what they do this year, and I'm excited. Again, I enjoy the game. I was saying it the other night, like, this is a great adult game for adults, and it's like that's it's like I've never played really like that. So I'm having a blast, in that universe, in that world. I'm excited to see what they do with the game in the future.
Before I was gonna say something like Dog Show says now they know what Skyrim launch was like for PC players, which is funny. But then again, to be the devil's advocate of that, the PC launch of Skyrim is still the launch today of what Skyrim is 10 years later. It's the same freaking game. They haven't changed anything on that sucker, even with patches and stuff. So who knows? But what were we gonna say? What were we gonna say, Lex?
I mean, honestly, I'm kind of glad that it wasn't the PC that got the short end of the stick. Someone else mentioned that as well. We always get screwed when it comes to game launches. Like, oh, it was great on console, but sucked on PC. But we also have to take into consideration, not only did they have to make a PC game, a PlayStation 4 game, but also PlayStation 5, because it was set to release before PlayStation 5 was even meant to come out. Now, is there any excuse for the quality of what it was? No. They were so transparent with us. Why weren't they transparent with us on that aspect?
Well, because they did.
And in the apology, he stated, we were more focused on the PC version, which I think is funny because so many people on the consoles, I felt, maybe I'm wrong, were more vocal and excited about it.
Here's the thing, though, and I'm sorry to interrupt you there on this, but
go ahead.
Here's the thing: if they knew that if they were focusing on the PC, there was a reason they were focusing on the PC, and the reason for that was the PC version gave them more space to work with. So that alone should have been like a red flag in itself. Should have been like, what if we made this next gen? They could have just scratched that, said no PS4, no Xbox One. It's only going to be a Series X, PS5 release with PC. They could have done that at any time, but they did not. Instead, what they did was think about that. Like this game was delayed 4 times last year to get to November. They made 5 games essentially.
And
then to release it on all platforms. And so, can you imagine this game came out in March? Like that game would have died immediately because the system would have everyone's expectations. And this is not even including the people that buy the collector's edition, the Samsung TV edition, because everyone's so hyped about it. It's like that whole stuff is there's people that were looking into all that stuff, all the extra merchandising, because people were riding the wave of the hype of this game. I'm just saying that I think that the biggest problem that I have with it was the fact that they knew that if they were going to be focusing on the PC as strong as they did, that means that there was limitations that the consoles had. In my opinion, and I refuse to believe that the developers were caught with their pants down, realizing that, oh wow, we had a better time doing this because we're running with 32 gigs on this one as opposed to the 8 that the PS4 and the Xbox One had. So I mean, so that's why I put them I put that on them. I put them on guard on that. So
well, and here's my thing too, it seems like it's becoming more and more common, these studios releasing this stuff, and this stories of these huge launches just absolutely failing and just not meeting the expectations for what's going on. I don't know, I feel like they're starting to get into dangerous territory where this is almost becoming like a norm, oh, this is accepted, you know what I mean? It shouldn't be accepted. It's like, if you're launching this and people are paying good money, this needs to be a complete game, you know what I mean? And not to where the point, and you said it, and Dog said it in chat as well, should have been like, you know what, we're not gonna worry about last gen. We're just gonna focus on PC and next gen because we are clearly having. Which game was it that did that? There's a game that delayed because they said we're not gonna worry about it.
I don't
remember.
Microsoft, right? Or Xbox,
I
maybe.
can't recall.
Yeah,
I
I
know
don't
you're talking
know.
about
I
that.
can't remember, but there's another game they made that decision early. Like they're just like, we're not gonna support last gen. So I think that would have been smarter on their part than trying to push it and clearly failing and dropping the ball on that in those regards. So I don't know. I it's just disappointing seeing these large companies allow these things to happen like
Yeah,
this.
like
Well,
oh, I'm sorry.
It
I
was
think
Halo Infinite.
yeah.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it
Okay.
was. What are
Okay.
my last piece on it? And I think, even though I'm PC Master Race and that's what I was going to play it on, regardless if it works for me or not, it didn't work for a lot of people and they won't get into enjoy it the way that I will or you will, however, you're consuming it. I think if we keep stepping up and complaining, I think these big businesses will finally get it through their heads that, oh, we can't release a game when it's not finished because they're gonna riot. Yeah, we will, because this is BS. I mean, we're not being Karens here. You gave us a game that doesn't work on consoles, and that's what it was marketed. That was the huge thing when we watched the PlayStation release was, it's coming out finally, Cyberpunk 2077, and y'all screwed the coop. So
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, I mean,
we have to be vocal.
well, we just gotta wait. I mean, we just gotta wait and see. Like, I feel like they have space to work on as opposed to like. That's why it's funny because if you look at the overall scores of this game, the game isn't that bad. It isn't bad. It's disappointing because you would think this game would have been a 10 from how everyone was all hyped for this, but it's still not like, oh, this is a 4, this was a 5. Like the hype wasn't like that bad. So like I feel that they have something to work on. I still have faith with CD Projekt Red because they are definitely good about their IP. So I believe they're doing a giant update patch soon on the for it this month, and I believe next month there's going to be another big update patch. Like I haven't even touched the game yet. I'm just going to wait till all this smooths over before I even think about it. So we'll see where this is going to go. So yeah. So we'll see. We'll definitely see. Good thing, but all that matters is that at least they're owning up to it. Fix the stupid thing. Hopefully this doesn't become a pattern like what Smithy was saying, and then let's move this on, man, because that's the biggest issues that we need to go with. Okay, good topic, Lex. Good
Thanks. Deal. Who's next?
Mine.
Give it to him.
It is my topic next. And my topic is the awesome news that we have coming. Oh, sorry. Let me go back to 3 panel. There we go. The awesome news about LucasArts is now they're bringing back an old studio that everyone was glad to hear back. Was LucasArts Games is coming back with a vengeance. We'll say. So basically what's happening is this. So as everyone knows, EA is garbage. Okay. We know EA loves to
really?
Yes. So what they're ending up doing is that Lucasfilms decides to bring back LucasArts, but not as a game studio, but as a brand. So what they're planning on doing is that they're going to start branching out. They're going to start releasing Star Wars IPs out, like franchising the Star Wars IPs to other studios, not like how they gave EA I believe it was a 10-year contract for their IP, something ridiculous like that. And they were the ones that were going to be responsible for all Star Wars games. As you know, long story short, EA dropped the ball horribly wrong with this. So people were really, for the most part, disappointed with most of the Star Wars games that were coming out through EA. So now LucasArts Games is back. With that announcement, they announced recently that Ubisoft is actually doing an open world Star Wars game towards this. So this is really, really big news from the most part. So So basically, this is not saying that we won't be seeing another Star Wars from EA, because technically, essentially, what this will mean is that LucasArts now has the right to say, "Hey, we can go to EA on our own accord. We want you to make this game," and then because I mean, like the best Star Wars game that came out on from EA was the Respawn game, Fallen Order. So overall, oops, messed up. Overall, it's been a real fun. Obviously Fallen Order 2 is going to be is in the works. So this is totally hyping me up. I love Star Wars. I'm a Star Wars nerd. So we'll hopefully see how all this stuff. Oh, you're wearing the child shirt. That's funny. All we see is because like it sucks. Like I'm just thinking to myself, it's like in the 10 years that the EA had, you can literally count all the Star Wars games on one hand. Like literally can. Like you got the Battlefront games, you got Fallen Order, you got EA Squadrons, and what else? I mean, like it's ridiculous. It's like it is so ridiculous that we can do this. So we'll see how this is all gonna go. So I want to get y'all's take on this.
I am here for it. I mean, I beat Fallen Order. That game was fantastic. That was more along the lines of what I've wanted from the Star Wars universe. So I felt like that was a step in the right direction. I love the fact of an open world. It's going to be the same studio that did Division 2. I feel like they've gotten really good as far as a open world multiplayer experience is solid. So I feel like that's a team that, it's going to be in good hands as far as doing something like that. I'm excited for the future of that. I'm glad that they finally said, no, EA, you guys have absolutely mistreated this freaking IP for too long. We gonna step in and do what we gotta do, and I am absolutely here for it. Can you imagine I mean, like, especially like with like character customization, like to be able to play in this universe and be, you know what I mean? Like everybody has wanted that. Who doesn't want that? If they don't go that direction with it, I'm excited for it. When I heard that, I was like, I got all tingly. So,
you're just like, it feels good. It's that good tingly feeling.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
absolutely.
Man. Oh man.
We all know I'm a Trekkie. I have fallen in love with the Mandalorian. Obviously, if you're looking for this shirt, it's at Walmart, $7 in the kids section. You're welcome.
We're getting sponsored by Walmart. I'm just kidding.
Non-spawns. No, here's the thing. I hate EA games. I have for a long time, and so I played. I can't remember what it was, but like basically you were a droid, and that was the one that I played. Didn't like it. Now open world, I feel like I would be intrigued by that.
That's how the Mandalorian works, man. Because like, I mean, the Mandalorian is just amazing because they show the open world of Star Wars.
Exactly.
If it's like that'd be freaking awesome.
I agree. And here's the thing. I'm sure Dust will be playing it. And so me behind him on his little shoulder watching. So, this is definitely something that I would be interested in. He's made me rewatch all of the original movies. They're fine. Don't come at me. Look, I'm a Trekkie, okay? But I really liked Mandalorian and how it showed more individual characters and like cultures and all of that. Like that really spoke to me, and I think that's what I was missing from it. And I think if it's more like that, I will absolutely enjoy this game. Now, I have a docket of games that I will never be able to finish in my lifetime. Smithy and I talk about this all the time. There is not enough time. Can we freeze frame ourselves in this like for 10 years? Give me a chance to catch up, because there are games that I still like, other games I still want to play. But when Dust plays a game that I necessarily may not be able to play because this may be, seizure inducing, I do like to sit and watch him play games and hang out, and I'll sit next to him and watch. I I would play this, and I'm not a Star Wars fan. Not really. I mean, I feel like I'm a fake Star Wars fan because I liked Mandalorian.
Well, I wouldn't even call it
And
fake. I mean,
That's not fake at
it's
all.
just good. Yeah, you like
well,
it. I mean, that's all that matters.
you'd be surprised because I've had people come at me and they're like, "Oh, you like Mandalorian? You don't like the originals." I'm like, I actually liked the ones with the first three, which versus like the originals that they came
everyone
out
likes
like
the originals, the OGs. Yeah. Oh, you mean the very first three, the prologues? That's
the
fine.
prologues. I liked the prologues. I liked Jar Jar Binks. I thought he was hysterical. He brought something different. I liked the Ewoks. I know you're gonna shake your head.
You're telling
And this is why people
two
say
black
me.
people.
Look, I thought he was hysterical, but again, and
Worst character.
I
ever,
disagree.
dude.
I think he was. I think he distracted from the fact that there were a lot of plot holes. However, again, some people have said like, "Oh, look, I'm not claiming to be a Star Wars fan. There are certain aspects of it that I like and I enjoy, and that is that. Will I play this game? 50-50. If I'm happy that EA is not a part of this. EA can go suck buckets because I'm sick and tired. Go suck a bucket. I'm sick and tired of the crap. Zoom me in. I'm sick and tired of the crap y'all are putting out, okay? Stop it.
Oh, that's funny. Well, here's the thing, though. It's funny because Donk actually put a good point here. Like, how do I feel about tons of microtransactions? Well, technically, that's what Battlefront wasn't. That what Battlefront was? That was the downfall of Battlefront and Battlefront 2. But then technically, though, from what I've heard, Battlefront 2 is a way better game now than what it ever was. So like, the biggest thing is I don't think that microtransactions is going to be as big of a problem because Disney was the one that said cut that crap out because the reasoning was people the how aggressive the microtransactions were. It's very possible that they may do the same thing, like because they got that bad taste in their mouth. We don't know. It will be too early to tell because Ubisoft is also very notorious on that kind of on microtransactions too. So it's hard to say. Yeah. The biggest fact of the matter is what I'm saying is that they are free to make a Star Wars game. So if Capcom wants to make a Star Wars game, they can bid in for that, and they'll be like, okay, here you go. And with other kind of deals too, so they're not stuck is what I love about this. They're not stuck on trying to say, hey, we're going to be we're in contractual agreement with this with this one company who is notorious on making half-baked games and just focusing on just the money draw in. Like, I mean, look at Fallen Order. Fallen Order is an incredible game that did not have microtransactions, like a paywall in front of it. So we know it's there, but now they don't have to be depending on EA to do it, and that's the real cool thing.
And here's the thing, like, and I'm probably speaking for a lot of households. Like, I'm a broke girl on a budget. When I buy a game, I understand if there's microtransactions, but if they're mandatory, like, I'm stuck. I can't play your game and I'm going to ask for a refund. Do you know what I mean? And I've heard like horror stories about these microtransactions and parents are just like, my savings is gone because my kid, I had the card in there and I shouldn't have done that. I'm like, I'm so sorry. Yeah. But I feel like it's like robbing us blind. Like, you're already making us pay for this. Half the time the game isn't that great to begin with. Now you're giving us microtransactions. Knock it off. Yeah, it's not worth it.
Yeah, and like I said, that's what I think that they may have. I think when Disney was in the mix of all this, because like they were losing a lot, because you remember when Battlefront 2 came out, like, and then you saw it came out I think the week before Black Friday, and you just saw
I had that day one. Day one.
But then
it's a fun game.
Yeah,
it's a fun game. Go ahead.
Oh no, you're right. But I'm just saying that the day, like when people were seeing how aggressive their paywall was, no one bought that game. Like no one bought. Like I mean, unless you had the hype. Like Smithy likes to get the hype on most games and stuff. Because I mean, his next topic is going to be about the same freaking thing, which I'm worried about.
FOMO.
Yeah, it's like I'm just saying that like people saw like, wow, so you're saying that it's gonna take me 3 months just to get this one character? Yeah, that it turned people off on this game. But then it became a good game years later after all the DLC and stuff that they were adding towards all of this, which is to my opinion unacceptable. Because I mean, like now, like because if someone that came in day one is going to be seeing like the game is like night and day difference in game like in year 3, and it's amazing in year 3, it's too late. It's too late, way too late for it. So. But no, this is good news. That's what they need to do. They need to branch it off to other groups. Not worry about making the game themselves, and then just have the freedom to do whatever they want you to do out there. If EA wants to make a Star Wars game, they have to come to them to say this is a good idea or a bad idea. Not canceling all these games because they can't make all these deadlines. So yeah. So that's cool. Alrighty. All right. So before we go into number 3, our last topic of the day, I'd like to say we got a sponsor. And yes, this is our very first sponsor ever. So I'm definitely really happy about this. So definitely, if you wanted to check this out, please enjoy this fun thing. So I love books. Do you, Smitty? Like books?
I do love books as well. I like to read.
Good deal.
I read every day.
Ah, yes. I wish I had that time, but man, I'm on the go. I have a lot on my plate most of the time, and I barely have time to relax on my own. But I still like to read awesome sci-fi fantasy novels from time to time. For me, the best way to enjoy a book is to listen to it, and that is where Amazon Audible comes in. Audible gives you a huge selection of books to choose from, be it fantasy, sci-fi, biographies, what have you, on any that's out there. But Audible has you covered for any of it. I've been using Audible well before the sponsor. I've been using it for years now, and currently I'm currently listening to Charles Soule's The High Republic, and I'm digging it because we actually just talked to the narrator of that story, Mark Thompson, on shameless plug CFG Pop Culture Gems. So definitely check that out. I've been always digging his narrations, and but the best part of Audible is that you can listen to your book on your smartphone, tablet, and PC, or any of your Alexa devices as well. So with Audible Premium, you get to pick one title every month, and in Audible's vast library. And if you didn't like the selection that you picked, that's okay. You can actually replace it with something else, and they will. Yeah, and they do not worry. They have no questions asked on it. So listeners of the CFG GameCast can try Audible completely free by going to the website audibletrial.com/CFGG. Again, it's audibletrial.com/CFGG, and experience the amazing world of stories Audible provides for you. There you go. Yes, you knew it was Audible.
Yay!
Yeah, so definitely. So there you go. So so definitely want to support the podcast. Definitely check out Audible Trials. Actually, I'll have a link right here.
You might be able to if you create like a separate profile.
Yes.
I don't know. Maybe.
Can we support you if you already have it? Yeah, if you have a different if you have a different profile that's not linked to Audible, you can. So definitely try it out. Why did Smitty2447 get sweaty? That's a good question. I don't know.
I don't feel sweaty.
It's like, he's more like, oh crap, he asked about books. That's what it is. It's like deer in headlights. Oh no. Okay.
No, that was I was not prepared for that because we didn't really discuss it. I just knew it was coming.
Yeah, I know, right?
At some point, and all of a sudden it just happened, and I was just like, "Noni."
That's so good, but that's cool. That's cool.
I love my Kindle. I'm a Kindle user. Oh my gosh!
Yeah, that's great. Wow, that's awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Crazy son of a gun.
Yeah, that is
Crazy
great.
son of a gun. Appreciate it, brother.
That's cool. Alrighty, so let's go to the final topic. Smitty, what are you bringing to the table? Oops, wrong one.
So we got to talk about it and just get excitable about it because I am all about that hype and whatnot. Before we get into it, I kind of wanted to. I mean, we got to at least discuss what games people are excited about. I want to know what games you guys are excited about. Talk about some of the games that I'm excited about for this year. Obviously, especially with the current situation, global situation that we're in right now. We don't really know what that landscape is going to look like here in the next 5 or 6 months, or how that's going to affect production, especially as we get closer to some of these games that have been announced, or even pushed back from last year, and what that's going to do to the overall schedule. Because I mean, you've got things like and we'll see how it goes. Forbidden West, Horizon Zero Dawn, that's supposed to be coming out towards the end of the year. God of War, Ragnarok right now is supposed to be coming out towards the end of the year. Like 2 exclusives like that. Like, how do you, like, especially dropping them if they drop close like that? That'd be kind of, I figured that they would want to
easy
space it out a little bit and stuff like that.
They're not coming out this year, period. That's my guess.
You said period. So I think at least Forbidden Horizon Dawn, I think that might come out. But I don't know about God of War. You've got Halo Infinite that went and they, like we were talking about before, they kind of pushed back a little bit and said, look, we're not gonna move forward with this. We're not gonna worry about the last gen. We're gonna move forward right now with the current generation and then PC and stuff like that. I think that was a smart move. And I don't know why this game got me so excited. You've got things like Deathloop. Deathloop's supposed to come out, I believe it's May 21st.
Is it May or March?
I think it's May. I'm pretty sure it's May 21st.
Okay.
As far as with Deathloop, it just seems like an interesting game. I'm really excited about that. You've got, there's a number you've got Ghostwire, you've got Hitman 3, that's supposed to be coming out and whatnot. I know that some games already, like Kena, I believe, got pushed back a little bit.
End of the year,
that Hogwarts Legacy got pushed back to 2022 or 23 or something like that.
No.
Yeah, so we're already starting to see Outriders is another one that's supposed to. I mean, that's supposed to be coming out the 2nd of next month. So I really haven't seen much what they're gonna do. The other thing too is I feel like Back 4 Blood. Yeah, we got Back 4 Blood coming out here. That's supposed to be coming out here fairly soon. I plan on getting that as well. We enjoyed the alpha or the beta or whatever for that. So I don't know. Like I like games that are kind of scheduled, and that's kind of where the issue lies for me as far as with the next generation. And you guys already know it, that anytime you get to a next gen, you kind of have that lag in games, so there's not a lot. But I mean, it's been a couple months now since the next gen's come out. There's not really anything that's got me all like, oh yeah, just grinding through it and stuff like that. So I found that I really haven't played my PS5 since it's just sitting around, you know what I mean? So it's definitely at a point right now where, you can let that time kind of just don't feel like you absolutely need it. Let some of these games come out and let that library come out and whatnot. But I don't know. What are you guys excited for this year?
Well, it's kind of hard to say for me right now because I'm kind of like where Donk is saying right here. He's saying one thing you have to consider is that many of these studios have a max 2 weeks delay as they transition to work from home. Games will be delayed because of development issues, but COVID won't be the big issue, which, yeah, that's true. But I think overall, there's nothing that really kind of grabs my interest right now. AAA wise, definitely not. But RPG wise, they're I'm definitely looking forward to Ys 9 is coming. Monstrum Nox comes out next month, and that's probably something that I would be messing around with for a while. But I'm not hyped for it. I just feel like it's going to be a game that I know I will enjoy because I've loved the Ys series. But But like the bigger, like the big hit ones, like Horizon Zero Dawn, I don't feel like this game is going to be coming out. Is going to be coming out anytime soon. Like this year, I refuse to believe that they're going to release big head titles back to back like that, so close together. Especially with God of War. God of War, we just saw a small like video teaser of it, and I think that I think that that's going to be enough to say, yeah, it's being made, but there's no way in hell that the thing is like close to being finished. So I think that we have nowhere we don't have to worry about that. As for like Halo Infinite and stuff, it's the same thing. I think we've heard the same kind of like the bad stuff that's been happening, like the bad luck that Halo's been having on production. Like, you know, they just lost their director of it and stuff. Who knows, you know? So it's really right now, this year feels like this is going to be the chill year, if any year that has happened. Because like, I mean, the past couple of years we've been getting bangers, dude, seriously. So I feel like this might be the cool down that we're expecting. Medium, though, I've been hearing looks like it's going to be looks like it's going to be a very interesting game that kind of catches my interest a little bit, but I don't know what to expect of that. And Housemarque, because I think one of the third party studios that people kind of overlook is Housemarque's first 3D like game that's not like arcade based. Returnal is going to be a good one too, that I think it's gonna that I'm gonna definitely wanted to check out as well. So
that's supposed to be coming out soon as well, I believe.
Yeah, I believe like in March or so. So yeah, that's a big definitely a big
March
deal.
19th.
Yeah, so I mean, so I guess that's really what I'm looking forward to. I'm really kind of nonchalant. I mean, because I mean, look at like last year. Last year was like the second month was Doom Eternal. I mean, that was, and then after that it was Persona 5 Royal, and then we were supposed to have like a big March release of all these crazy like, you know, AAA titles and stuff. But this year, I think we're cooling it down quite a bit comparatively. What about you, Lex? What do you think? What are you expecting?
Honestly, okay, Smitty and I have talked about this before. I don't like looking at too many trailers because I get my hopes up and then I'm like, oh, this looks great. It comes out next week and it's like, no, 6 months, and then it gets delayed multiple times. I am, however, God of War looked great. I didn't play the first one. I'm thinking of going back and maybe doing that on my own in my spare time. And then maybe playing God of War. I need to finish Spider-Man 2 so I can play Miles Morales. But the main game that I'm really excited for is Security Breach. I want the Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach to come out. It looked amazing. Also, and Nightmare had posted in Discord earlier today about like a bunch of like horror games that were coming out. And I did watch that, and she's right. I'm really excited for the Nuns. It looks freaking creepy. I'm so excited because I'm so desensitized at this point, and horror games is like I don't know, like, you know how some people like scream into a pillow to get rid of their anger. Playing a horror game and having that like like sense, I don't know what it is, but it makes me feel alive and like brings me back to my center, and so it's kind of like meditation for me. I love playing horror games, and I'm just, give me all of the horror games and I will be happy. Ratchet and Clank looked really good too. I don't think, I'm trying to remember. Again, I don't have good memory because of, you know, 4 brain surgeries. But I think I've played Ratchet and Clank before.
They were
I've never played them.
Ratchet and Clank's like
we
with
were
Jack
kids,
and Daxter.
right?
Yeah, it was like with Jack and Daxter and all that stuff. It was the second kind of like platforming kind of game. I never really played a Ratchet and Clank game fully either, but like, and the game looks great. I mean, from what the video shows, but I'm not really digging the platforming in that as much, because I hate going through all the stages and stuff and going through like a platform stage just to get to it, you know. So
Escape from Tarkov, that's not a horror game.
In your point of view,
that's a pew pew. That's not scary at all. Stop it.
That game is super deep.
It is. Super deep. From what I've heard too, yeah, that's definitely. But I mean, I'm sorry. What were we gonna say?
Go ahead.
No, I mean, yeah. Go for it, Smithy.
You first. Sorry.
I'm just saying that, like, I think that I guess the one system that I'm kind of I think we're overlooking is Nintendo, because like I was actually thinking it myself, but like I mean the big one is like, when the heck is Bayonetta 3 coming out? That's one of the ones I've been like waiting for, literally for like almost 4 or 5 years after when they announced it. But like, yeah, I don't know what to expect on some of the with that system as well, because they've been kind of quiet on their first party releases too. Because I mean, like, if they make,
they're just gonna, dude, you know how Nintendo works though, man. They're just gonna throw some stuff at you all of a sudden. They're just gonna be like, oh yeah, by the way, here's a 4K Switch, and we've got the new Metroid and Bayonetta and blah, and they're gonna all of a sudden, you're gonna have a month, and all of a sudden it's just gonna be out or something like that. Like, they've been quiet. I definitely think that Nintendo's got some stuff in the background.
Oh, you know what?
Drop them.
There's a game, actually, I thought about it. It's the new Monster Hunter game that's coming out on the Switch.
Rise.
Yeah, Rise. Monster Hunter Rise is going to be one I'm looking forward to too, with new weapons. Looking forward to that. So we'll see. But yeah, okay, that's cool. All right, Lex, what are your plans for the week?
Well, after this, I gotta go start my pizza dough. I think we're gonna play some zombies. I have to go through and see if I got everything in Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted. Plus the DLC, and then possibly figure out how to start that in VR. If it doesn't cost extra money, I think it will. I probably will. And yeah, we're just gonna kind of have like our general lineup this week. If for some reason I completely beat Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted, we'll pick a new game and kind of go from there. As far as like Monday, Wednesday, Tuesday, of course, we play Dead by Daylight and Phasmophobia, which I can now play in VR, which will be fun. Nice. And then Thursdays we play Among Us, but we play hide and seek, aka we call it Mike Myers hide and seek in Among Us, which is a different type of way to play it, and we have a blast. So that's our community night. I think that's pretty much it. What about you, Smitty?
I am still on that Destiny 2 grind, so I'll be grinding that out. I'm looking forward to getting into some more Halo and running through that series, and then kind of on the back end, I've been playing Spider-Man, trying to get through Spider-Man as well, so I can run through Miles Morales, and then I'll probably look to start getting back to Metal Gear Solid 5.
Don't rush anymore. Let's do another. Let's do a double or nothing for next. They'll do a double or nothing for this year's Extra Life.
So much pressure.
That'll be too.
I mean,
what about you, Davis? What do you got going on, man?
Man, going to be finishing up our edit, the edit for, actually we got we did an interview with, the voice of 2B from Nier Automata. So we're going to be releasing that next week. So I'm going to be working on that after this. And then after that, I am going to be coming and playing, maybe streaming Scott Pilgrim, because that game came out last week too.
Yeah,
so looking forward to that.
I've never played it and I want to play it.
Oh my God, dude, it's only $14 on, well, I bought it. Dude, okay, look at this. Okay, so I bought the digital version on the Switch. And then Limited Run Games is releasing this ridiculous version, the one with all the bells and whistles on it and stuff, for $169. And I decided, God, I gotta treat myself on this one, because like they never made a physical copy of Scott Pilgrim, and that was the reason why I was in this butthurt mood when I lost it from the PS3. So I decided to go all in on it. So I bought this the set. So I don't know when that's gonna come in. Yeah.
I knew it. I tagged him in a post about it. Immediately, because I knew he was gonna get it.
Oh, I was definitely gonna get it.
This meant to him.
So where can I buy this game then? Is it on Steam?
It's on Nintendo Store or Steam. Ubisoft Store. Yeah, it was on Ubisoft Store. Yeah.
Okay.
So, so it's like I said, it's dirt cheap. It's like $14.99. The same exact price of what it was back in the day. So definitely play this game. This game is great. If you love River City Ransom, if you love the game art like that, then yeah, definitely get this game. So I am a big fan of it.
Did you guys know there was a second one that is co-op?
Which
on
one?
the Steam store. It was like $3, I think.
What?
There's a second River City Ransom, not
Yeah.
the girls one, but there's a second one that
Mm-hmm.
is co-op. I didn't even know it existed.
They're all
I
co-op.
totally went and bought it. And you're right. Star Wars Battlefront 2 is free on the Epic Store right now. Go and download it, guys. If you have that launcher,
That is definitely
just
worth.
at least get it.
To be honest with you guys, like that is definitely worth the game to get now. Since there's no paywalls and without the paywalls, the game is really good.
Jedi, y'all.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Oh, yeah, that's very, very true. So yeah, so definitely, yeah. And then so next week I'm going to be streaming some Control. We'll be back and hopefully finish that game that week. So we'll see how it all goes, So, but anyways, guys,
Yeah.
This was episode number 77 of the CFG Gamecast. Thank you for being a part of the conversation. We will be back next week, but in the meantime, if you did not see this episode, that is all right. You can always check us out on any of the podcast services. We release it on Monday mornings. You can check it out on Google, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher Radio, Podbean, iHeartRadio, whatever podcast service is available for you. We are there. Or you could just go to the main website, confreaksandgeeks.com, to check out all the geeky content that we've done. And actually, like recently, which was really cool, my friend from Japan, Kaho Shibuya, she did her favorite animes of 2020 list on confreaksandgeeks.com, and it's actually, I like her view of these games, or of these animes, because she's a huge otaku. So definitely check that out right now. So guys, thank you for stopping by over at CFG Gamecast. We'll be back again, and we would love to see you again next time. So this is Davis, Smithy, and Lex signing off. Y'all take it easy.
Bye.